of the straight. They go through the left-hand way. We've seen so much action. Downhill they go, and Valentino Rossi's going to try and break them. He's going to try and put the hammer down and move away at the front. Can he do so? Can the youngsters, Danny Pedrosa and Casey Stoner, can they keep the five-time MotoGP world champion in check?
They certainly can. I'm sure Casey Stoner can. If he can get back past him, I don't know, but he can keep him in check. Of that, there is no doubt. On the back straight, Stoner thinks about it and decides no, there's still 3.5 laps to go. Round this tight left, up the hill, and then into the stadium section. And Rossi, I'm sure you're absolutely right, Gavin, was just checking it out 2 or 3 laps before when he overtook Casey Stoner coming into that section. But now, of course, he leads the way. Does he want to be leading the way the whole time? I'm not so sure. Just over 3 laps remaining. They plunge downhill into the start and finish straight. Over the line, 3 laps to go. The race of the season, perhaps even the race of the decade.
Across they go once more. Watch that red bullet fire past Valentino Rossi. Now they go hard on the brakes. Rossi on the right of your picture, Stoner on the left. They go into turn 1 now. Rossi cuts across the front of Casey Stoner's Ducati, and once more Valentino Rossi hangs on to first position through the S's. Round turn 3 they go. This long right-hander that just goes on and on. They're sliding both front and rear tyres through there. And then they go into turn 4. Another right-hander. The right-hand side of those tyres will be battered. We'll see them moving around in there now. They go into the left-hander and head down back towards the paddock.
Rossi leads the way, 2.5 laps to go. Stoner and Pedrosa surely going to have another go. Stoner got back in front, but Rossi pulls right across in front of him on the brakes and gets into turn 1. Leading the way. Utter respect between these riders. They are riding, they're not riding at the limit, they're riding well beyond the limit of tyres, of machinery and human endurance. They are putting on a show throughout the world that makes any other form of motorsport look boring.
Now that move at the end of that straight, you don't know how committed Rossi was to there to go in so late under brakes. Try and turn it on the off-camber part of the track and then bring it back. It runs it right out wide, and how he did that, it's just showing the masterful nature of that guy.
Look how close Casey Stoner is. He's lining something up. He really tucked in behind the wheel of Valentino Rossi there. And now as they go down the hill, when they cross the line, one more corner, and then they cross the line, there'll be 2 laps remaining in this race. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Valentino Rossi who crosses the line first? Is it going to be Casey Stoner who's in second? Or is it going to be the home hero, Danny Pedrosa? Casey Stoner wants to lead into turn 1. He goes past Valentino Rossi, this time on the brakes. It holds for the Australian. The Australian is back in front and leading in MotoGP. His father Colin in the box alongside the team, claps him along. Bradley DePunier currently sits in 5th position behind John Hopkins. We've got 5 different manufacturers in the top 5 spots.
1 3/4 laps to go. The young pretender to Valentino Rossi and Nicky Hayden's crown leads the way. The 21-year-old Australian riding the race of his life against the 7 times world champion Valentino Rossi, and Danny Pedrosa himself, a 3 times world champion, hanging in there in 3rd place. What a race. Rossi now is brain in overdrive. We'll have another go. Where is it going to be? Can Stoner stop him? 1.5 laps to go. Casey Stoner riding the race of his life. Valentino Rossi in 2nd place. Danny Pedrosa 3rd as they come onto the back straight. Now, will Rossi come out of the slipstream now and have a go? No. But they close right up. Here goes Rossi.
Rossi's leg right off the bike then. Really pushing so hard on the braking area into the left-hander and then into the stadium section. That left leg was trailing. It was touching the ground when he came through there as well. His foot was on the ground. Casey Stoner still leads now. What will Stoner do into these final 2 corners? Because we've seen Valentino Rossi's willing to make a move. He's willing to make a pass going into the final corner. There's Casey Stoner. He's riding the wheels off the Ducati. You just see he's fighting against that Italian bike. They go down the start, finish straight for the penultimate time. 1 more lap remaining here in Barcelona.
Down the start and finish straight they come. Rossi not close enough. Here comes Danny Pedrosa trying to get the inside of Rossi, not able to do so. Rossi hasn't made his move at turn 1. He wasn't close enough. He's going to have to make his move in the next 2.9 miles. Stoner still leads the way. Rossi second, Petrosa in third place. Here comes Rossi once again.
He's lining it up once more. Casey Stoner runs it a little bit wide this time, and that's to close the door on Valentino Rossi. Rossi was thinking, right, I can try and get a good line and line up this left-hander. Danny Pedrosa's trying that line as well. Just runs it a little bit wider, and they're going to have a go on this left-hander. It's Valentino Rossi. He's going to have a go. Is he? No, not this time, Stoner. But another superb blocking manoeuvre from Casey Stoner, riding so well here in Catalonia. Half a lap remaining. Casey Stoner still leads the way. They go through this left-hander, now they've got a right kink and fast right onto the back straight.
Onto the back straight they come. It's the Ducati that leads the way from the Yamaha. The Honda in third place. Now can Rossi get close enough to have a go up the inside as they break for the left-hander that then brings him into that succession of right. He's not close enough. Stoner is holding firm at the front. Time is running out for Valentino Rossi.
It's got to be that last corner. That's got to be where he makes a manoeuvre, if he makes a manoeuvre. But I can assure you that Casey Stoner will be braking with gritted teeth. He'll be pushing it to the absolute limit as they go through the stadium section for the final time. Down the hill they dip once more into the final corner. Can Valentino Rossi make a manoeuvre? I don't think he can. It looks like it's going to be Casey Stoner.
Casey Stoner wins the Grand Prix of Catalonia. What a race! Valentino Rossi in second place. In third place, Danny Petrosa. The race of the season, John Hopkins in fourth place. Casey Stoner, well, he's come of age. He's come beyond age. A magnificent win for the Australian. What a ride by Randy de Punier into fifth place. But today belongs to Casey Stoner and Ducati. Alex Barros just coming through in 8th place, and Marco Melandri in 9th.
Well, I've seen some celebrations for Ducati over the years, Nick, but this one takes the cake. I think it sums up how much I know that, because Casey Stoner has really repulsed the threat of Valentino Rossi and done it so well that is just